The Tales of the Magical Kingdom, Tale the Third. The Magical Kingdom goes to war.
It had been many magical years since the unification of the final two kingdoms in the realm, and the land was growing restless. Being a magical kingdom was not as cracked up as it used to be, and the people felt their influence waning. A new nation had appeared a few miles away. Its leaders espoused the not-so-magical values of democracy and equal representation. They sent out many mundane missionaries to convert the peoples of the still magical lands to their method of thought. One such missionary was known as Jingo the Well-Heeled. He could be heard each Tuesday on the magical pulpit in the center of town, shouting his views.
Well, if you ask me, you people are going about it all wrong. First, your system of law is backwards and barbaric. The gladiator pit is a relic of the stupid ages, not an active court. Citizens need to receive due process. We, in the civilized world, have these people called lawyers, whose job it is to make everything better for those who deserve it.
Oddly enough, whenever Jingo got to the part about the lawyers, his listeners would instinctively flee, as if guided by some primal instinct to avoid the word lawyers. One day, after a particularly violent reaction, Jingo lost it.
I am sick and tired of you people fleeing every time I use the word. That's a good word. Lawyer.
Someone screamed.
Oh, for the love of Pete the Almighty,
he cried.
I'm a lawyer.
At this proclamation, the entire crowd swooned and had to be taken to the magical hospital. Jingo was arrested for disturbing the peace and sentenced to combat in the magical gladiator pit. The case of Jingo v. State went down in the magical history books as the quickest match ever fought, and the audience was given magical vouchers for half-price admission to the next bout. When Jingo's home nation heard of his demise, they sent a fiery reprimand to the magical King Art the Amazing.
Sire, news from the democracy of equality. Read it, you fool. To the attention of King Artemis. It has come to our attention that one of our emissaries, Mr. Jingo Jones, was tried by your courts for disturbing the peace, was found guilty, and was summarily executed.
He wasn't executed, he died. There's a difference.
Well, that's what it says, Your Majesty.
Very well, continue as written.
We take great offense at this action. The late Mrs. Jones should have been deported back to his home country to be tried under its laws. By taking matters into your own hands, you have officially offended our people, and our relations will change accordingly. We hope to work out our future misunderstandings with a great deal more civility, but until that happy date, note that the democracy of equality is somewhat hostile to your nation.
Somewhat hostile? What is this crap?
I decay your magical amazingness. That's how it ends, and it looks like it's been signed by every man, woman, and child in their nation.
These people are idiotic. Give me that. And so, as the king parted the missive, the neighbor on the border.
Turn what? All right, you men, if you can indeed be called that. There's a group of magical barbarians on our doorstep, and it's our duty to make sure they stay cooped up in their crazy tiny little backwater of a nation. The central government has given us full authority in the region, so that means we get to kill whoever, whenever, whyever. Any questions no good, now get out.
The Magic King soon received news of their enemy's build-up in order to counter-build up to make sure that none of their troops set foot inside the Magical Kingdom. Fortunately, this was seen as an act of war, and the magical troops were quickly slaughtered in the resulting attack. But they were unperturbed.
These democratic troops. Think they can attack our nation? They do. Who's at the proof that we have such a magical nation, eh? Bring out that legion commanded by, what's-his-face? The guy with the beard. Magical General Finkelman. Yes, bring him here and step on him.
The general was quickly brought into Magical Commander Steinberg's tent, and they created a plan for a magical counterattack. The next day, both armies massed on the border again, with all troops expecting the invaders to actually start invading this time. Commander Donalds took the time to address his men again.
All right, listen up. Our enemy is weak, pathetic, and too busy licking us wounds to do much more than act as a target for us today. But does that mean you get that cocky? No, it doesn't. A bunch of you still aren't going to make it. This is going to be the easiest battle a nation will ever fight. Do you want to be one of the few guys who doesn't get to brag about it afterwards? Hell no, you don't. So, you'll still be trying your utmost to kill as many of these cowardly freaks as you can. But remember, have fun. Now get out there.
And on his command, the commander's troops sailed over the border to face off against a piddly magical army of Finkelman's 300.
Here they come, sir. How many are there? There appear to be over 9,000 of them, sir. Over 9,000? Yes, sir. Oh, there's going to be a lot of bodies. But well, attack!
And with that command, 300 magical ninja pirates stormed out of the trees and ground the opposing advance to a halt.
Release the hounds!
A quick side note. The word hounds was a code word. They were really genetically altered zombie cerebuses, magically resurrected to fight in the Magical Kingdom's wars, capable of shooting magical lasers from their eyes. Needless to say, the overwhelmed enemy troops were soon demoralized by the sight of almost a dozen of these things blasting their way through the lines, making it impossible to breathe with the smell of their magically rotting flesh. which they could tear off themselves and throw at people to kill them instantly, by the way.
Wait, why are you retreating? You cowards, there's no reason to... Oh, shit, never mind. Run away.
Unfortunately for Commander Downs, it was too late for him, and he was captured by the magical pirate ninjas and imprisoned. He was quickly tried on 10,000 counts of really disturbing the peace and sentenced to death combat in the magical gladiator pit.
This is insane. International law states that you're supposed to imprison me for the rest of my life, not throw me to some pit of death. Magical gladiator pit, you're accusing this. Whatever. This is ridiculous. At the very least, execute me normally. Strap me down and juice me up, shove a cocktail in my veins, give me the saltpeter makeover, I don't care. Just not this. Too late.
And with those ominous words, the commander was shoved into the magical arena.
Ladies and gentlemen, men, on this side, we have the accused, Mr. Dan, Donald.
The crowd cheered.
What's Commander Donald? We don't care. And on the other side, we have the challenger, the magical vial of rocks.
The crowd went absolutely berserkers when they heard this. The NPR hadn't been used since the case of Max Murder Glenn versus Late Rodriguez, and it promised to be a most excellent battle.
Are you ready, Dee? Then have at ye!
Spare those with more delicate sensibilities who skip over the epic gladiator contest. Let's just say there was an immortal battle between a man and an enchanted inanimate object that put the old battles to shame. In the end, the victory was of course the magical pile of rocks, because, being rocks, he couldn't die, but for a while there the outcome was uncertain. With the best commander dead, the mundane people of the democracy of equality sued for peace, and the magical kingdom was allowed to continue in its magically backward ways. And peace reigned throughout the land for the next 50 magical years. The end.